right, so now you've recently gone into partnership with World Design Capital. You're an official World Design Capital project. What does that mean for the project moving forward?
Well, World Design is a fantastic opportunity for us to meet other partners and to focus very specifically on the imagination capturing design elements of our project. One of the things we've always had to do at Paperwhite is develop some of our own books, because while we're talking to publishers, we also need content for the system.
Right.
And so what we've done is we've launched a project called Book Dash, where we get top creative volunteers at the moment from around Cape Town to create children's books that anyone can print out, translate, freely distribute. Those are on Paperwhite as well as many other outlets. So that's really been a great opportunity for us to work with many of the other people involved in World Design Capital and produce some really, really gorgeous books.
Can anyone create a children's book like you were just speaking about?
Yeah, so with Book Dash, what we do is we run these big single-day marathon events, 12-hour days, when teams of writer, illustrator, designer work to create a children's book. Each team of 3 has 12 hours, finish a book, print ready by the end of the day. And we've run 3 of these events so far. They've been fantastically successful. We're quite fussy about who we put in those teams, because we want to make sure that these are high-quality books that people would really be proud to have on their bookshelves. The best way to make sure that happens is to get people who are professional designers, professional illustrators and writers. And Cape Town is full of those incredibly creative people. And so well over 60 people have been part of that process to date.
That's amazing. When's the next Book Dash?
We're still planning the next one. To some extent, we depend on funding to run a Book Dash, and so we're speaking to some sponsors at the moment. And hopefully, if that happens, we'll have a Book Dash within the next 2 months again.
Great. Well, that's not the only initiative you've been running. You also have the Textbook Revolution. What's this all about?
So Textbook Revolution was a project we put together also under the umbrella of Paperwhite to find out more about which textbooks are actually being used in universities and where. You'd be surprised that it's really hard to find out what books are prescribed at a given university. And if you're
Why?
It's strange. Technically, you can always phone up the lecturer and ask them. But you're looking at a university with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of courses, hundreds of lecturers, thousands of students. And not even the university themselves has a single place where you can find all the books that are prescribed for students to use. And now, without that information, you, as someone trying to change the industry or change the way books are distributed, you're stuck. So with Textbook Revolution, what we try to do is get students and lecturers and universities excited and interested about the idea of openly sharing what books are we using. How many lecturers prescribe books they've written themselves, because that can be a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
And how many books are we buying where there are cheaper alternatives that students might be able to afford more easily. And it's about ultimately reducing the cost of textbooks and allowing more innovation in that space. So the website for that project at textbookrevolution.co.za, that's where we place our open database of textbook adoptions. So far we've done a full analysis of the University of Cape Town's textbooks, and we'll move on to other universities in time.